On November the 15th through to December the 4th, we have the 3D2Y DXpedition to Rotuma Island. And joining me is Connor KD9 LSV, who's one of the members of the DXpedition. So Rotuma is in the South Pacific, just off from Fiji. It's a little island just off from Fiji. So you're going there with, you mentioned the team, a 6-member team. Right. When you go there, you mentioned that you've got 3 500. So you've got the little 100-watt remote NexGenRiB, which you're going to be bringing with you, but you've also got 3 500-watt Elecraft stations as well, and you're going to be active from 6 meters to 160 meters. Is that right?
So we have a total of 5 stations. Okay, 3 of them are RIB boxes. Right. 2 of them are K3s. Actually, one of them is Elecraft K4 is in the RIB boxes, and you'll see in a picture here that those 3 boxes are like set up so that they will be operational remotely. Then there'll be 2 additional K3s that'll be just like I would say more of like a traditional setup where the radio and all that together. So the radio wise, then we do have 3 KPA 500s, and so there'll be 2 KPA 500s on the local gear that are not like in the RIB boxes, as well as the K4. So you'll have 5 stations total. 3 of them will have KPA 500s attached to them, and 4 K3s and 1 K4. One thing that we have nowadays that's kicked on in the last couple of years is Starlink. So you have internet communication. Well, yeah, with that internet communication, you can basically go around the world. Anybody can operate like you would, like a remote operation, saying you have a station at home, right? So,
so that opens up a whole new thing for the next generation of DXpeditioners who might not necessarily be able to get to the location. They can still participate in the excitement and pile-ups of a DXpedition, right, but remotely.
Right, exactly. And keep in mind, when you get a bunch of youth operators, sometimes they're early. If they're like my age, you're getting that early career stage, right? That you gotta. It's kind of hard to get some time off, or you're a college student and taking off 3 weeks or a month in the middle of classes doesn't work out, right? Or you're in the high school
and cost second, too. Sometimes it just costs too much money. Yeah.
Right.
And what kind of antennas are you going to be running on the island? Because I know that sort of the logistics of shipping all of this, you kind of need to think about everything plus backups, right?
Right. So we've got a bunch of vertical dipoles for all the high bands, 10 through 20. We've got vertical dipoles. And then up higher, we've got quarter wave verticals. Originally, we had a really nice metal quarter wave vertical that was going to be really nice antenna. Well, we had to work shipping and logistics and cost and weight and all that kind of stuff. So you have to back that out and work with something a little bit lighter. So we got fiberglass poles to mount up on the high band, or on the low bands for quarter wave verticals there. And then for 6 meters, we'll have a 5-element beam. So that'll be
good to hear. I'm looking forward to 6. It's perfect season here to work 6 across towards the Fiji area. So I'm looking forward to that. What kind of organization does that require? It must be pretty intense to sort of ship all this stuff over and get it all, like the logistics of it. I can only imagine.
Yeah. So a lot of the gear that we did ship off was put together back actually in August. We had a pallet that was put together with a bunch of totes and poles and ski pole bags and stuff, so that all together they had everything. They had like a work party with a bunch of people and put together and set up all the gear and tear it all down. Test everything, make sure all your pieces are there, pack it up, put it away, put it all together for the trip. Once all that stuff was put together, that's all that gear got trucked to LAX or trucked to Los Angeles. It got set on gear to Sydney. It all got rated got freighted to Sydney.
Flew over the destination, had to go back. It sounds like a USA hub and spoke aircraft type thing.
Right. So it went from LAX to Sydney, and got by Qantas. It got there, and then it got got freighted back to Nandi, where the main Fiji International Airport is. And then we got one of the hosts. We haven't really talked about accommodations. We'll get to. It'll go on a boat to Rotuma. It's about a day by boat. So it's just the deal is those boats only happen once a month, and so you have to you have to prep ahead to get it there, and then give yourself contingencies, as you mentioned earlier. So all that gear's been shipped, and now it's sitting in Nandi, and now that a lot of that's getting ready to hopefully soon, if not already, get on the boat to go to Rotuma. A lot of the radios, though, since we were trying to save on weight and stuff, a lot of the radio gear is getting hand carried by the team as they show up on their flights and such. So there's a mixture of both pieces of stuff that's already there and stuff that's is ultimately coming with us.
So what about the accommodation? You briefly mentioned about that. What's the deal with there?
So
'cause this is a tiny island. It's not like it's an Airbnb you can book, right?
Well, you might actually.
Or is it?
Well, to keep in mind, the island's only about 1,000 people, 1,200 people or so. And so Greg was looking out on Facebook and found a B&B type place that's there and can house 6 people, hence why there's only 6 people going on the DXpedition. And so the deal is that their place is right up along the ocean with broadside on the northwest side of the island. So basically the entire path all the way from JA to Europe to all the states has got just seawater right across. It's right on the ocean. We're going to have those vertical dipoles set up right on the ocean, takeoff angles.
Super low noise.
Super low noise. Hopefully, super low noise.
Yeah. Hopefully no big corona mass ejections like we've been having over the last few weeks as well. Hopefully good DX conditions.
The husband of the couple is an electrician by trade. And so we said, here's all of our power requirements that we're going to need for the island or when we're operating. And so he's working on that time now, putting things together and making sure everything's ready to operate. He's building us a shack position. I mean, they've got the real house, but then he built like a little place closer to the beach that we'll have. It'll be a shack. It will just be a place that we can operate from and keep the runs a little bit shorter, so that if we have problems with coax, we have contingencies. But it just helps out with putting everything together.
As far as people being able to work you on your website, and I'll flash that up now for those who want more information, which is Rotuma2024.com. There is a schedule on there of frequencies that you're intending to use. So if anyone wants to look out for you on, primarily you're going to be on sideband and FT8. Any CW?
Oh, a lot of, we got all the teams CW proficient. So we'll have a bunch of CW, a bunch of phone. The phone right now is still being worked. It's hopefully going to be operatable by the youth ops as well, the remote operators. Which is not, it becomes kind of a difficulty, but it's getting there.
And what are the goals of the DXpedition, and what can you measure the success of it by? What ultimately do you want to be able to get out of this particular DXpedition, unlike others that you see sort of are happening at the moment? Is because this one's sort of a little bit different.
The goal of Greg, myself, and a bunch of other people around, or a bunch of the team, is to make sure that the youth operators that it's their first time, or maybe it's their first time adventuring a real pileup, that they get the bug, they understand, they get the itch that on the operating side, for myself, or like for myself and Lucas, it's our first DXpedition. Greg and Nathan and a bunch of the older people that have been around the block are helping to mentor us with all the the setups and putting things together and the logistics side of things. And besides just it's always the people, the potentially the permitting is sometimes difficult. Not as bad here with Fiji and the Fijian government, but just learning all those various pieces that the team that you normally have on a veteran expedition team, because we're going to be there through also CQ Worldwide ZW, and so the plans are the operations of CQ Worldwide CW. We're going to operate. It's just what does that plans look like are still a TBD with the team. Greg's kind of been hands off, and it's been between me and Jamie and Lucas, and we're still trying to figure things out on that side of things of what does the operations going to look like from a CQ Worldwide perspective. I'll be one of three on the island team that'll be their first DXpedition, but then there's going to be tens of youth operators it's their first time operating a pilot like that. So
good learning experience.
Be patient. Thanks. Yep. We'll try to work everybody that we can here, and it'll be hopefully a good, exciting time.
Being able to open it up to youth to be able to remotely do it is such a great use of technology, and a great thing that means that they can gain those skills to hopefully be able to get the bug to go on and do DXpeditions all over the world in the future. So thanks very much, and good luck, guys, and I hope that I work here.
Yeah, thanks, Hayden. Hope to see you in the log.